Hello and welcome. So yes, we are live, just making sure everything is running nice and smooth. So welcome everybody for today. So we are now, currently streaming both on YouTube and the Inner Circle. So welcome everybody. Just a quick welcome to every single person that's attending, whether you're watching this now or later on. So having said that, let's jump straight into today's session. So welcome everybody. Just make sure if you have any issues, just refresh. But today we are going to be looking at the power of using AI when it comes to video. Okay, more specifically, we're going to be looking at talking head, spokesperson, sales, and animation videos for clients, YouTube, and even social media without either showing your face and with expensive costs that come with it. So when we're talking about videos, just think of it not only normal videos that you can use for YouTube itself, but think about reels as well. So that's something that would also be catered in today's session. So very exciting stuff. And if I'm completely honest, I've gone through a number of these apps, and I've kind of thought, what's the best way of kind of showing you the best approach on how we can do all of this amazing stuff, whether it's creating nice engaging reels, stories and sales videos. How do you come up with the scripts, things like even finding clients? What's the best way of even finding clients? Because this is something that many people do I think struggle with. So what are some of the ways we can do this? And I guess the key thing is, how can you do it free? Okay, so we're going to be looking at all of those elements. So what I'm going to do now, let me get my screen up, and then we will literally transfer over and get my screen up so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. And also, just to add, we have made adjustments to my seat. So let's go for talking story videos. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Let's get this up. Okay, so here we have, okay, so I'm going to just jump up straight away. You'll see my screen. So first of all, remember, this is not a sales call. Nothing is on for sale here. So I'm just going to go through some of the apps that we are going to be discussing today, and you'll see all the relevant information. So one key thing is, many of you will have access to some of these apps, but these are going to be critical in the sense of the apps that you may have or may not have. One of them you'll probably have. Some of you may even have more than one app. And we're going to go through them. So you'll see, HumanPal is one of them. So you can actually do virtual humans for speaking. This is again going to be important as I show you how you can use it. I'm just gonna glide through because you can use it at your discretion if you want to go about some of the features anyway. Okay, that's going to be one of them. We're also going to be looking at talking photos today. So you can actually have your photos sing, dance, and so many other things. The only reason I want to also mention this, that even though it's you will have humans, this is another really amazing part of this, is that you can actually do characters or animations as cartoons. Okay. Now, why I wanted to flag this up, because many of you, we've covered Artistly in many of these sessions. But if you have Artistly, remember we have the function of storybooks and flip books, and you can have children's stories, etc., etc. This could also be an additional avenue for you to stack up the value in those creation of storybooks, flip books, by creating even animated video series for those books, so you can complement. And I'm going to show you one strategy that I looked at that could also be meaningful if you were to look at it. Remember, we're not just limited to cartoons and things like that. We have all different age ranges, adults, kids, etc., etc. So there's a whole host of different elements we can cover, and we can actually use all these apps either individually or something like VideoExpress. Now, for me, VideoExpress, I've used things like Adobe Premiere Pro before. I've used things like Camtasia, etc., etc. And VideoExpress is essentially, it will allow you not only to do post-production and make editing. It's fully loaded, and I think the brand new version 2.0 has come out. So this will also level up the creations, especially if you're doing personal or client projects, which I'll show you also. So I want to cover the apps first and foremost before we start diving into everything else and showing you some of the amazing features and benefits of these platforms, and why they're going to be so important, especially for today's call. So first and foremost, one thing we have to look at is, there are clients out there that are looking for services, i.e., let's say if we go to Google, people are doing story time, kids storybooks. If I go and type in doctors reviews, you'll see either videos. Okay, so we've got nice YouTube videos that are great for mobile, not mobile, sorry, desktop and laptop. And then we do have reels, which is perfect. Okay, so these videos that you can create, which I'm going to show you today, okay, that you can create for personal client projects can be then repurposed, even though it's in the dimensions of 16 by 9 for YouTube as a YouTube short. The same videos can be repurposed onto other platforms, i.e., Instagram, TikTok. So I want you to just to imagine that by having the ability of using the different apps that are available to you, you can service clients and create content for them or curate content for them that is applicable on all different websites, and whether it's baby content, kids content, beauty, whatever niche you want to kind of dive down on. That's exactly what you can do. Okay. Now, moving on now. Okay, so let's just cover some groundwork. So just imagine now, if I was in your position, I'm thinking, okay, today's session we were talking about looking at talking photos and salespeople, etc., etc. That sounds all great. Where would you start? Now, first and foremost, every single one of you would already probably know your niche. What kind of niche do you want to get in? Meaning, what category, what industry? Maybe you want to look at health and fitness. Maybe you want to look at the financial sector. Maybe you want to look at relationship, lifestyle, well-being. Okay, maybe you want to look at gaming, golfing, sports, entertainment. You've got all of these different niches, and then you could drill down. One example could be, i.e., what we're looking at now is stories for kids. Okay, or you could look at being a chiropractor, doctor, dentist. And the reason I mentioned things like lawyers and solicitors, or the legal area, or real estate, or even doctors or chiropractors, or local e-commerce stores or stores, because they are people that have money. They have money, right, that they are willing to spend if you can help boost visibility for the business. Essentially, by creating videos for a business, you're essentially enabling them to generate more leads, and by more leads and having more prospects, that will in turn obviously generate them more money. Okay, it's all about finances, isn't it? You're trying to bring them more business you're trying to bring them more clients and business so they can actually make more money and they can churn more money in their business. Okay, so it's a return of investment. But these businesses don't want to be doing the work themselves. They want individuals out there like you that will do all the heavy lifting, and in return, they will pay you handsomely. On some occasions, they may pay you a one-off for one video, or they may pay you on a retainer for a number of videos per month. Okay, so a really, really, important point. And like Reed said, that plumbing is another good, a good industry you can look at. Yeah, plumbing, electricity, like carpenter. Think about companies or services that people will always need. So you've got obviously vehicle maintenance, servicing, you've got electrician, you've got plumbing, you've got people always need a lawyer, you've got opticians, hairdressers, you've got people that are always looking to buy property. So you've got real estate, you've got travel, tourism, you've got people that want to keep going out eating, restaurants. So just by engaging and thinking about these things, these are services out there that require videos. Okay, and if they're not doing videos, then guess what? They are losing a lot of money. So it's about you presenting an offer to the client that, hey, I can help you, generate more business and leads and exposure to your company. So a couple of ways, okay, we can do this is I'll quickly just show you some ways. Okay, so how you could generate the lead. So before we get into the meat of it, let's just kind of look at looking at how we can find those clients first. Before we start going and start building things out, let's see, is there possibility of looking for clients and seeing how would we find those clients? How would we kind of engage with them? And then we jump into building out assets as we're going to do now, where you don't even need to be on the face. You don't even need to record your own face in these videos, because now with AI, we can actually create human-like or cartoon-like or any other presentation, video sales letter spokespeople without actually being on camera. So one way, simply just using Google, is such a simple yet effective way. For this example, at Doctor's Office, New York. Okay, and this is interchangeable. We could do plumbing, electrician, just like Reed brilliantly said. We could keep changing this around until we find whatever business we're trying to pursue. So something like this, I can go more places, and guess what? I've got a nice list of all these companies that will allow me or give me the information that I need to contact them. We've got telephone number, medical office here, medical office there, and you can see on the map where they are. Now, even though I'm in New York right now, it doesn't stop me from just slightly moving across. Okay, and when I move across, you'll see anywhere in the States. This is another really great, brilliant point. So you're not just, remember, you're not just stuck with New York. Okay, you can go to any section, and as I zoom in around, remember, it's a global. You can find clients globally. Okay, so when I move around, I can go anywhere in. As soon as I land on there, it will refresh, and it will just keep bringing up companies after companies after companies. Okay, so there will be some level of effort from your side, but if you can get one client or one company that's paying you $100 or $500 for video, it makes sense. It makes viable financial sense just to do this. Okay, so sometimes right now you might be in a position that is that one sale that makes a big difference to your monthly income, that helps you to accommodate your lifestyle. Okay, so sometimes it just takes that one sale that gives you that a bit of breathing space in your life. So that one sale then can lead to two sales, and then two sales will essentially lead to three sales, and it help you build your portfolio and actually then allow you to even serve even more clients. Okay, so this is one way we can do this. We can keep changing things around here. We can say, let's type in, Reed said this, and let's go with this. So plumbers. Okay, so this will now come to the UK, but let's just type in New York. So we get back to the States, New York. Okay, so plumbers was another great one. Reed mentioned it again. It's the same process. We can zoom out the map. Okay, anywhere, I guess, in the States or around the world, where it may be. Let's go to see if there's anything in Nebraska. Okay, so here we can see, yeah, we got one here in Nebraska. And sometimes if there's not, there might be an opportunity to actually find listings like, AA, if you've got AA over there, or Craigslist, and you'll find more additional companies. And here we got a couple of companies. Simply select it, and you'll see a nice drop down of all the businesses. And remember, this is leads now. What they don't know is that you have the ability of using the apps that you may have with this HumanPal, TalkingPhotos, or VideoExpress to create a presence for their business online professionally. It doesn't matter if it's just one single talking photo. You could create or curate a series of pieces of content for their social media that they can post on a daily basis. You could create a collection of 10 videos. They could be tutorial videos, how-to videos, explainer videos. They could be funny, humorous videos, jokes and memes in terms of the company. Anything that could really generate that growth for the company and even get them views. This is a really powerful way of doing it. And here we have Craigslist, another great way of finding it. And here you'll see there'll be look tradesmen. Let's see, skilled trade. If we go to skilled trade, remember with the breakdown, you can find all different locations. So I just want to cover how you could generate these leads, because some of the questions will always be, okay, now I've built it, where do I find customers from? So this way, my specific purpose is, first, I'm identifying and showing you how you can find clients. Okay, and it doesn't matter, you're not restricted by the niche or the category you're in. So once we've established this is how you can find clients, that will then alleviate the point is, how do I find clients? So once I'm showing you a really simple way of lead generation, then it becomes easy. Okay, now how do I go service them? What do I have to go create for them? How can I go create the videos they need? Because you already know how to contact them. You already have their information. We've got telephone numbers. We've got their names. In most cases, by Google, you'll have their email addresses. So you can preempt and create content for them and send them samples, and even put, watermarks across it and say, how do you like this? I'll be more, I would love to come on, give you content for your marketing purposes. So remember, it's all marketing. Whether we're on this session or we've done other sessions, a lot of the content, the strategies are very powerful, and you can essentially adjust them and use them even for here. So we will jump into how to build these out, but I just want to show you some of the levels of methods you can do for lead generation before we start building things out. Okay. And don't worry about copywriting. How do I come up with scripts and all that? I'm going to walk you through everything here today. Okay. So I'm going to minimize your expenses to essentially nil. So, you already have access to the apps. How can you go generate revenue for your business with literally, $0 essentially? It's just time. All you have to do is spend a bit of time, and if the return is that you make $500 or $1,000 by one or two clients, hey, that's a win, isn't it? Let's just be very realistic here. I'm trying to keep this very conservative with the numbers, but it's just about rinse and repeat. Once you understand the strategy, you just have to go ahead. So one way you could do this, you could actually build your own website and call yourself video marketing agency, or you could just accommodate other companies and build their content for them. Okay, so we're going to cover all that great stuff today. Now, another thing, just to highlight the power of this, especially when it comes to the apps that we're going to talk about. So if I come here and I say talking spokesperson, let's see if this will pop up. Well, it should pop up. So I want to kind of show you this. Okay, so you'll have, look, our agency will record a trusted talking head spokesperson for £75, which is obviously because I'm in the UK, so I'll go head over to make it dollars. And we have $95. Okay, and some of them, they're called gigs. Essentially, every time someone creates it, it's like $10 here. Some go up to 20. And if I go to the relevance, let's so AI voiceover. Okay, we can do that as well. If I go to the best selling, or yes, let's go for best selling. Let's see how much the best selling are being sold for. Okay, so here we got $20, $10, $95, 65, and look, all they're doing is they're creating these videos. Can you see that? Simple, look, talking avatar videos. Now, let's be honest now. How quickly would it be for you to create a video, whether it's for YouTube or Reel, etc., for a client or personal projects? Everybody knows, essentially, they should know if you've got the app, that it's a really simple process, which I'll talk over today anyway. And look, everything you're seeing right now is everything that we can do ourselves. Okay, so by showing you this, I'm trying to demonstrate there's a huge industry for it where people are willing to pay nearly $100 just for someone to record some kind of spokesperson video. Why? Because it's important. Sometimes these videos, they're used for sales page videos, they're used for introduction welcome videos for a website, they're used for businesses' social media accounts, and so much more. Okay, so very, very important indeed. And remember, some of them are restricted, but here we have apps that will allow you to do a different style of templates. Okay, look, this talking avatar here, she's charging $25. And let me show you actually one more thing. This is really, really important. So yeah, one key thing is that you don't need to reduce your, if you're starting out and you want to build up your portfolio, yeah, be competitive in your prices, but you can dictate the prices. Now, this gentleman here is top rated, okay? He creates talking videos, okay? And he starts off with $95. Now, you might think $95 is pretty expensive, but that's his basic plan. His standard plan is $195. Okay, he's going to do the editing, sound, and the motion graphics, and he's got a premium one for $300, where he's going to do the research and planning and writing. Now, see things like this, you might be sitting there thinking, you know what? How would I on earth do research and planning and write? I'm not a copywriter. If I scroll down, we'll see there's a bit more of a breakdown what he's going to do. So he does 10. These are really important points, and I'm going to explain how we're going to cover this with the apps and what the app allows you to do, so you understand the full power and the potential and the flexibility that this is going to give you. Okay, full HD 1080. Now you might think, well, everything's HD. No, not really. Sometimes it can be standard definition or 720. Background. Okay, he allows background. Script writing. Look at this. It's not covered in the basic and standard plan. Now, everybody thinking, I don't know how to do script writing. Don't worry, we have ChatGPT at our disposal. This will become our expert copywriter, which I'm going to show you how you can make it your expert copywriter in any field or industry that you need. Okay. Next, add a logo. For the basic one, he's not adding a logo. Guess what? If you have Artistly as well, I know we're not talking about Artistly, we're talking about more AI videos. You could add a logo. But if you do have it, hey, great, it works. Okay. Custom outfit. So yeah, we can obviously adjust some of we can adjust our avatars, and not only can we adjust our avatars in using things like HumanPal and things like that. We can make them doctors, dentists, nurses, and various professions, and we can actually have them animated. We can bring those motion graphics in. We can have all hand signs. We can have them dictating. We can have them walking around. All sorts. I mean, the level has gone far beyond what it was decades ago. Okay, especially when it comes to AI video now and revisions. Look at this. This is the key now. 0. He doesn't allow any revisions, which is a bit shocking because generally, you would. And here's the other key thing here: number of words. These are the number of words that he would allow, I guess, in his script. Okay. So if I was to put, let's say, 100 words, check this out. See how his price has gone up here? It's gone up to $155. Now, if I wanted the pro one and I've got 100 words, all right, $430. Now, why are people going to pay? Because just if we scroll across here, you can see all the projects he's done. Check this out. Actually, let me actually open this. So this is a really important point I want everybody to know, which I would suggest, like when you do have a chance, you can come over, go to Fiverr, do a bit of research and look at their structure, look at how much they are willing to charge. This will also give you an idea of something you could model if you wanted to set pricing. Because one of the other questions that normally pops up, what kind of price plan can I apply when I'm offering my services? Hey, these are great ways of coming and doing comparison, doing a bit of research, see what people are charging and why are they charging? What are they providing that they're able to command at that level of pricing? Okay. Now here we can see all it is, he's doing a speaking video with a green screen. He's just changing his background. But in order to do that, he's charging premium prices. Okay. I can't see, it's just something that he's done and he's stuck with it and he's probably perfected. That's it. Okay. If I go back, let's have a quick look. Because I wanted to check one thing that he did here. Yeah, here, look. His project cost was between $200 and $400, and that's just one. Now, tell me, actually, let me show you one more example. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so cartoon sales video. Okay, we could do sales video talking head. Okay, cartoon avatar. So let's have a quick look. So cartoon avatar. Yeah, we could check this spokes. Or I could type in cartoon. Okay, avatar talk. Okay, so this person will, quickly it'll pop up there. Okay, so you've got some really good stuff. You've got a little animal one here as well. So there we go. So we're going to look at talking photos as well. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Kids story videos. And you can see there's some little story videos, okay? And you know what the interesting thing is? When it comes to story videos, they actually, why? But I guess it's animation. They're even more expensive. And check this out. Pro levels, look, $100 here, $400 here. And, the okay, I guess depending level. But some are really, really simple. Let's just type in this news presenter. And I'm going to show you why I'm showing you this just a minute. Okay, news presenter. So here, some of these people you can see, look, even if I check pro services, let's have a quick look. $100, 170, 120. He's got this newsroom essentially, okay? This virtual newsroom, and it's just a green screen. It's nothing special. Now, every video that I'm going to show you today, we can actually give clients, we can create a video for the client, and we can actually include a green screen. So we can actually change the background to green, and we can advise the client. As an additional upsell, I can give you a video with the green screen, and that will then allow the client, if they so desire, to actually change and modify the background as they want. They can add anything. So depending, they could repurpose the video. Maybe they want to sell it as their own independent package, like have a resale rights to whatever it may be. They just might want to add their own text, or depending on the promotion, just keep changing things around. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you an idea and gauge with you the possibilities of this, because everything that we're going to look at today, all right, and the last one I'll show you, look, video editing, okay? Video editing, lower third. I'm just going to show you really quick example. You can find it, because each example I'm showing you will relate to the apps that we're going through, so that you will now see the value that each app can bring if you sell it to a client. Okay, or even if you're using it for personal projects, do not underestimate the power and the cost of it if you were to go pay for this. So this will give you good representation. Okay. So this is just one little feature. Okay, that one of many features VideoExpress will do. But someone is just charging $5 for a lower third animation. Okay, they're charging just $5 just to add a lower third. Like you see on the TV or name pops up like an interview. The name pops up and their company. That's it. They're charging $5. Now, if I was to go in here and check, you'll see here he'll have different levels, standard and premium, and even $20 just for that. Just one little simple tool. And I'm going to show you that we can do this within 2 seconds. Okay. So, without further ado, is everybody excited? Have you gauged the power of this, the value behind it before we start jumping in? And I'm going to show you some real life examples and walk you through how you can do this entire process. So go ahead right now and let me know in the chat box that you're fully awake, and we will jump in straight away. And I've got a couple of more surprises, okay? Just to show you this, and I'm just going to quickly show you something that I put together today, believe it or not. Now, this is something that wasn't mentioned on the outline of today's session, but I thought it would be an amazing addition to show you, because some of you may have access to it, and I think this would complement today's session 100%. That's what I thought. I thought it would be congruent, and it will show you how you can really showcase. Because one thing is that, look, if you want to create viral AI videos or reels and be able to do this for personal client projects, let's say theoretically, if I was somebody, I had a business and I wanted to be a video marketing agency, what's the key thing that you would want to need? A website, right? Everybody right now is saying, yes, I need a website. I need a website, because you want to show a professional. You need to show a professional presence that, these are the services you offer. Okay, number one. So let's just say I'm going to become a video marketing company. I could be a one-man band. That's fine. I have all these apps to enable me to do all these amazing things. And secondly, another example that we're going to be looking at out of many more, which I'll show you, but these are the two key ones. Just imagine now, if you had if you were a business owner who created content around kids' storybooks. So it could be kids' story videos, as you've seen. We're going to look at even talking photos, how you could create, sing-along songs. And why I wanted to mention this is that not only can you use the child theme as one example, so that will, you can then kind of model the same strategy, and then you could create, doctors' themes, you could do chiropractors and electricians and plumbers, but kind of linking in, because I think for many it will be fresh in their mind. Remember, artistically, you had storybooks and flip books and kids' stories and all that great stuff. Now imagine if you coupled it with a kid's story site, and then with the story site you had kids videos and welcome videos, and then you sold the kids story books, and then they sold the story the kids flip books, and then you could even sell story videos or sing-along lullaby songs. Okay, not only could you sell long extended videos, but you could have those snippets and reels on YouTube. Okay, so remember, the type of client that is going to be buying this content is businesses. You have to understand, every business will need an online presence in order to survive. Every offline or online business that is out there, they need marketing. Your job is to first have those services that you can offer, because you have them on the apps. And then all it is, you have to then bridge the gap, outreach, contact these customers. Okay, I've shown you a couple of ways you can find customers very easily, free, using places like Google. You could go on Facebook. You could even go on Fiverr, become a freelancer on Fiverr if you have to. Or you can also build a website that you can show them, and you can show off all your amazing stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to keep this nice and specific so you really understand all the possibilities without trying to, sometimes we could go into one point and it jumps over. So I want to keep this as clean as possible. Now, ClickSite, I'm going to jump into ClickSite, and I'm going to show you what I built. Okay, and this took me no time at all. Now, this is one example. Now, what you're seeing is something called Kids Story Time. Okay, now, believe it or not, everything you're seeing here was built using AI. I didn't write a letter of it, but imagine if you are in this position, something like ClickSite, just very quickly touching on it. I just said, look, it's a website that is selling kids' storybooks and flip books and interactive videos and things like that, because we can do all of that stuff. Okay. And here you see this video. What you're watching here now is a video I actually created using what we're going to be looking at, Talking Photos. Okay. So you can see here's a video of call him Terry the Tiger. And I personally built a short, well, not personally, but I'll explain. I built a script for this character. Okay, you may be thinking, yeah, but I'm not a copywriter. I don't have time to create. I don't have any of that. So what I can do, I can come here. Look, welcome to the kids' story time. Okay, simply copy it. That's all I'm going to do. So I already know, this is my intention. I'm building this site around kids' story time because this is what I want to sell: stories, flip books, and videos. Now, for each component, we can create separate videos if you want. But let's just keep this really, really simple. I just want to show you. So because it's kids' story time, I want to have a tiger, but you can have any animal. I know you may be thinking, is it a bit scary? No, I think he's quite nice. So ChatGPT, I'll tell you a really good way, okay? And this was something that I would definitely say. So what you can do, say, act like an expert copy writer. Okay, if I can spell. Don't think I can. Okay, act like an expert copywriter. I want you to craft a short welcome video for my website called Welcome to Kids Storytime. I want it to be a warm welcome video that invites everyone to review my site, including everything we have to offer, such as storybooks and flip books and sing along videos. Okay. The age range is between, let's say, 0 to 5. Okay. 0 to 5 years old. So remember, this is just an example for the children's website, but we can do this for any niche or any industry. You're just instructing the AI to act a particular way as an expert copywriter, and then we just refine it. So what it's going to do, it'll probably generate me a short script, but it might start adding, specifics of, like, you can see it right now. Okay, so it's putting all these little presenter voiceovers and all of this stuff. So sometimes you can ask it, hey, remove all of the stuff that we don't need and leave everything else that we do need. Now, here we have a script now, okay? So you're probably thinking, okay, what happens next? So we have the script. What would we now need to do? Okay. So yes, I could spell right. I do apologize. I don't know where my head is today. But yes, I'm guilty as charged. Okay, so coming back to the script, right? We've got a couple of options. Now, this script, let's make a note of it, but we'll come back to it, okay? Actually, yeah, let's jump into this straight away. So what we'll start with Talking Photos, okay? I think this would be a good segue into Talking Photos. So what I like about Talking Photos, it will allow you to actually create videos. And when I mean videos, we're talking about human videos, 2D or 3D cartoon videos, or animal videos, and even singing and dancing videos. Now, you may be thinking, but why singing and dancing? Well, unfortunately, a lot of viral videos go very well just with a bit of singing and dancing. That's the reality of it. So we have to be very smart in our approach here. Okay, so that's obviously there for a particular reason. And remember, it's all about what the industry is showing you. We look at the trends, we look at what's working out there in the market, and we make sure we incorporate that into these apps to give you the best possible, or the best possibility to generating those viral videos. Okay, so in this example, if I wanted to go ahead, we've got choices of human video, 2D, 3D, and animal video. But for this example, I'm gonna go through all of these. But let's just start with the animal video, because that's the one we're working on. So what happens now? You can choose the aspect ratio that you require. So 16:9 is ideal for TV, laptop, monitors, basic normal YouTube viewing. Here we have 9:16, which is perfect for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, etc., mobile devices, and we have every other device you can imagine. So not only can you create videos for one device, but you can do it for all devices. Okay, so if you're serving a client or customer, or if you're doing this for their their online presence on desktop or laptop, or just specifically for their social media, okay, you have those abilities there for you. Now, you can have a character singing, okay, but then there will be no words. So we're not going to include character singing. We're not going to focus on that right now. Now, what I also like about this, if you want to have the speed of this, so this is a key thing. So when you build your character for the first time, it's a bit of a processing time, maybe take about up to 5 minutes, etc., etc. But once you've processed the character, you can reuse that character and make it become consistent. Okay, you don't have to go through the entire process again and again. So then when you're creating, just imagine you're creating a video series or your stories or your talking videos, you don't have to go through the entire process. And when it is generating the videos, it becomes much faster because the AI understands that you've already used it. Everything's already been created and it's just re-rendering things for you. Okay. So in this aspect, I could create a new character, or I could select choose previous character. And you'll see these are some of the characters I've built before. Okay. Just for animals. There's some really good characters. There's an owl, a rabbit, etc., etc. But you're not limited to it. So if I was creating this for the very first time, okay, I go to create new character and check this out. Okay, so I can have a character here and it says enter prompt. So you can write anything that you want, what exactly as you want. Now you all should be masters at prompts, okay? And then once you write the prompt, you can extend it, or you can have a negative prompt about things that you don't want, or you can have prompts that you do want. But for me, I want to make this a little bit more easier, okay? So I want you to create me a prompt for an animal to present this, okay? And let's just we're just trying, look, you don't have to, I'm just trying to make this as easy as possible, okay? So let's see, okay. Friendly cartoon bear cub. Okay, so I take the bear, let's see if it's going to generate me the bear. I can put it in here and we could do extend prompt. So it can take that small little snippet and extend it. And then next, let's go ahead and generate. So now what we do, we give it a few moments. Well, it could take up to, I guess, 15 long seconds to process. So in the meantime, we'll come back down on the sales page and we see some other examples while that's processing, just to see and highlight some of the stuff that it will be able to generate. So give you some idea. Okay, got a little cub bear there. Okay, so you can regenerate, you don't have to get stuck with it. And let's go to next. And this is the key thing, okay? So you got text to speech, voice recording, and import audio. Now, for me, what I love about this is that I can record my own voice. And, if you want to be a storyteller, just imagine you're doing this for your own kids or other children. You can have, you can actually record it in a nice voice that sounds more natural. Okay. Now, I'm going to share a little secret with you. I hope you don't mind. Now, when you're doing text to speech, you can choose from all these other languages. So what does that mean? That means you can now create content and stories for a global audience. I mean, we're going all the way to Tamil, Sri Lanka, Spanish, different dialects, Persian, Polish, and it's crazy, right? So here, what I do, remember that speech that we made? Let's have a look. So we've got a speech here. All we're going to do is going to come across, copy that speech, come back here. Or this is all you have to do. That's it. Okay. Now, guess what? I've got my text there. Remember, I didn't have to type anything. I can make it longer, make it short. It doesn't matter. And now, if I want, I can change the language. I can check the voices. Do I want a male or female? And also, you can assign emotions to it. So imagine, depending on your story, depending on exactly the information you're trying to portray, if you want to assign urgency to it, maybe you're scared, maybe you're happy, maybe you're shocked, right? or maybe you just want it sad, angry, empathetic, cheerful, or maybe, newscast. Okay, remember we looked at those news for the news readers. You want to have it professional, narration professional. Maybe you want to make an adult spokesperson, for that storybook, etc., or that video, professional news video, or business video, whatever it may be. You can assign specific instructions. Now you can increase the speed, make it faster or slower, and the pitch higher or lower, okay, in pitch, and that heaviness towards it, okay. Now, once you've done this, what you can do, this one we keep in English United States, but if you change it, you can actually have a voice in it, and it will translate it into that voice. Okay, there's that multilingual engine there. Once we've got this script in place, we simply go to import speech. Okay, and what it's going to do is now going to generate it, and it's going to now create the order. Now you won't hear this. We've got a 50-second now. Just imagine we've got a 50-second text to speech script. Okay, human-like speech. Okay, already done. What do I do next? And just a couple of key things. Remember, you can record your own voice, or if you have your own audio, maybe your client's giving an audio. So just imagine, you say to your client, okay, you need a script. Here's the script that I've built, I've written it out, etc., etc. But obviously, you use ChatGPT. Say to the client, okay, can you record this? It doesn't matter how they record it. Just send a recording of the script that they record for the professional video, or whatever video that they want to make, and you can actually upload it directly, and you can use it as that. So it could be more personalized for their video. But in this example, we're using text to speech. Once we have it, we simply select next, and that's it. We're just going to give it a name now. So if I just come back here, let's call it this. Welcome to Kids Story Time. Okay. So once I come here, it's just keeping things organized. That's what we're doing. So here's one example. Okay. And what we'll do, that's it. Render video, and off it goes. Now, the next question you're going to think is, but okay, that was a 50-second video. But what about if I want to do more? Can I do that? Of course you can. So once that's processed, we can now either recreate another video. So you would go back in animal video. Now we can go previous character. When it's done, this our little hub will appear here. And then you can have, like, just imagine you're creating a series of videos, part 1, part 2, part 3. So imagine your story, and then you could have different characters in it. You could probably make adjustments in the audio and the script and the placements of it, or use different characters. And not only that, you can also create something that I call the hybrid. And what that means is you could start off with a human, and then you could have the character of the cartoon talk. Okay, then it could go back to a 2D or 3D cartoon. So you could essentially create a video for each one, and you could merge them all. Okay, and the way you would do that, and why would you do that? Because marketing, right? You might have the human that is narrating first, bringing in the introduction, and then says, oh, okay, let me go get Terry the tiger, who's now going to talk to the kids. Okay, so in this example, let's just say, in order to do that, how would you do that? And what we do, we give that a few moments. See, now you'll see it processing, and then once it's processed, then every other video becomes much more easier after that. So just imagine we created a series of videos. We'll simply go to merge videos. We would select. So just imagine for this, you can see, let's see if we can find another example while we are rendering. So you can see, look, I've done mobile version 1, 2, and 3. So I would come here. This is for mobile, okay? So different dimension. You see, this is part 1, segment number 1. Then I would come again and add the second video. So I'm labeling it. So keep them labeled, nice and organized, and you know where everything is. And remember, it's just much more easy as well when you're coming back to the client. And there you go, got 3 videos. Now, you can actually have even more videos, okay? There will be a duration limit, but you'll be fine. And you can see the ticker will be there as well, okay? So as I go next, and that's it. That's all I have to do. So you could say story videos section. And look, remember, I mentioned this is, this ain't a sales. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but if you're interested, if you don't have access to this, I'm pretty sure that the team will be kind enough to put a link on if you want to, at your own discretion, go and review Talking Photos and see if it's for you. and if you would like to, invest in it and use it, because it's definitely something you can probably see already now is amazing. So if the team could kindly just put that in there, if anyone does want to go review that, then that's great. Story videos. Let's do this. Um, animal story. Let's just do V1, okay? And merge video. So what it's going to do now, it's going to take those 3 videos that we've done and merge them to one. But put that aside now. While that's pending, guess what? Our little cub is ready. Okay. Now, what you have to understand, this took no time at all. And this is just one version. Now, what I would do, I've got the chance now. What I can do, this is key now. I just want you to think from a point of view. I'll show you another version with a human as well, so don't worry. I'm just trying to show you the fundamental dynamics of this. Now, from the point of view of a client, what additional things can you give? Now, you can add subtitles now. You can add a watermark, okay? And you'll obviously, when you have the subtitles, you'll get the text to speech. So here we have, we're going to look for the video. You see how easy that was? Let me show you again. I come to add subtitles. I select the video and check this out. How amazing is that? Now, subtitles, remember, everybody, you have to think about even people that may have impairment issues. So this is great for them to sing along. But what more can you do? You can customize those also. Okay, you can change alignment, position, the style of box, the stroke. If you want the, word by word, you'll see that change. So background color. Let's keep the text. Let's go for yellow because that always pops. And let's go word for word. So word for word, yeah, box, stroke, okay, and text color. And obviously we got size. We can make that a little bit bigger, especially if the kids are reading. And you can obviously make a change. So stroke color. You see the stroke color. Can you see the nice little... So yeah, you know what? Before I get carried away. Anyway, so what you can do, if there's any issues with your transcript, you can all hit edit transcript and it'll show you the whole breakdown of the entire transcript, the story that we put on there. But once you're done, simply select add and you can just say with subtitles. So if you want, you can make 2 versions for the client, one with and one without subtitles. And on top of that, then you could go ahead and add a watermark. It's the same process. You come to the story. Once it's done, and just put a watermark in there, okay? So you could do center there like that. Okay, you can add it or big. Or you could put an image if you have one. We can upload your own logo, etc., etc., etc. Now, tell me, how simple was that to understand? Let's be and another key thing, you can actually remove a background. You could go in there if you want and select it, and you can go ahead and remove or replace the background. Okay, you'll put your own background. It doesn't matter. Now, this will actually even work better when you have green screen as well. So, you can actually change your own stuff. So if I come back here now, let's go back to the animal video. Let me show you. So imagine if I want to do part 2 now. I go to, instead of me going through this process again of generating a character from scratch, I don't need to now. I simply go to choose previous character. I go to the cub in the first instance and check this out. It's brought me back to the section here of the script. And if I have a new updated script, this is how I replace it. So let's just say demo test 2. Same process. Once I have it, import speech, and then next will appear. And then you can say part 2. Okay. And when you do part 2, you'll see now it is in processing. Okay. One of them obviously is doing subtitles, and this is part 2. So we had part 1 here, part 2. And now you can see you can build a series of sequence of videos and stories. And just don't limit it. I know we've got the little cartoon bear in there, but you can imagine humans, 2D, 3D, etc., etc. So let's go to human videos now. Let's go for human. So what I'm going to show you, not only can you create the item here. Okay, so let's say male. Let's say, yeah, professional male. Okay, professional male. Aged, should we say 35? Okay, let's just go for 35. I can extend the prompt. And this is a key thing, okay? I want you to just visualize that it's going to generate, okay? It's going to generate a male. But did you know that you could create a professional character here with your own face? or maybe your client's face. So we have something called face swap. It does have the function and power of face swap, so you can actually superimpose the face onto the character as realistic as possible. So in this instance here, let me see if I got any faces. Let's have a look. Okay, there's one chap there. Let me see. Maybe I have my face somewhere. It's probably in there somewhere. Deep personal pictures. Let me see. Talk about okay image. No, okay, it's not there. Let's just. We had one, didn't we? Okay, let's just go for that. Okay, generate, and that's it. So just imagine now. Not only can you do face. Oh, this is a key thing. So if you have things like Artistly, just imagine you could create any character in Artistly as well. Or maybe your client's got a picture. Maybe you want to use your own picture. It doesn't matter. You could create any kind of face that you wanted and bring it across, and then use face swap. Okay. So something like this, it's gonna again, it takes up to 15 seconds, I guess, and we're trying to now bring it. So check this out. So you can see the construct of it is face, and look at that. Look at the crisp quality details of that, right? I don't really need to say anything, isn't it? You can see it before your eyes right now. Now, this is this is where things get more interesting. So we've got the aspect ratio. We assign, what device do we want to do it? 16 by 9 or 9 by 16, etc., etc. We've got the generate character section, which we've gone through. Choose motion. Now, other apps or what we've seen sometimes is very static, no hand movements. They're just very boring. Very stagnant movements, I guess. Now, with Talking Photos, there have been some amazing developments, and just to make sure you understand is that you can animate the character. So every time in your content that you're creating, whether for your personal client needs, we can have no hand movements. We can have them as boring as you want. However, there are certain actions assigned, such as excited, emphatic gestures. Okay, so we can change. We can have animated gestures and changing. You can have minimal movements, and you see, continuous waving, saying goodbye, maybe the end of the story, the video, you're trying to say bye. And remember, these when you see the actor or the subject, doesn't mean that that's what's going to be processing out. It just shows you they are just essentially subjects that are modeling the gesture. So don't get worried that that's how your one's going to turn out. Okay. So here we got both arm raised. So it's been really thought about, some of the actions and emotions that you would expect. Excited thumbs up, waving goodbye, a dance going on, both hands waving, one hand, and you can see there's so many different variations. And if you want to check, let's just have a look. Let me show you something. So offering reassurance, hand gestures for careful attention. Let's go find one of them. Okay, so continuous one hand waving, thumbs down. Simply have a look at it, and you can see how it's going to look. So this would be applied to your avatar when it's created. Okay, it will do it for you. All you will do is simply select it, select next, and then obviously, and here we would put our speech. So in this example, if I was going to use this, if I want to make a human version, I could just come back to my script. Doesn't matter, any script that you had, it will be the same process. I come here, import. Remember, I can change it into a female, etc., etc. I could record my own voice or import audio, and then we go ahead and add. Okay. So remember, sometimes with these prompts, when you're going through and you're creating, if you have to create different variations and find the best one that's going to suit you. Okay. So human version for kids stories. Okay. Story. And there we go. Okay. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now, what you may find, I've created this one. This is probably more human-like. You'll see you can actually create them as well. It depends on your prompt. You have to remember, it depends on your prompt. It will create more human-like depending on what you put it on. And this one, believe it or not, can everyone see this? This is actually created using my face, believe it or not. I'm going to show you as well. Okay. So now what we'll do, we'll give a few moments. Oh, did I put wrong in there? Or maybe I put the text. Okay, so once you create it, yeah, it will be the same process. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's see. Let's use my one again. Okay, same thing. Import speech. So include some more realistic gestures. Yes, okay, that's fine. Let's go for more realistic. Let's have a look. Open palms. Okay, let's just do this one. Open palms. Okay. Okay. So what we'll do in the meantime, let me show you something. Okay, so this is a second one now. So if I come back here, let me show you. So just imagine if I was a video marketing company, what would I create? So this is something that I created. I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, so a simple website showing services that I'm going to offer as a video marketer. Okay, make an impact, etc., etc. Remember, I didn't do none of this. AI done this all for me. So anything like this, we can go and we can tweak. But you get the gist of it, just to highlight how easily you can do all of this stuff just using AI. So if I come back to the video now, remember, this is using AI. Every animation you see, I'm going to show you how I was able to do this further, make edits using VideoExpress. Okay, so there's certain things I've put in this, even cuts, zoom in, zoom out, lower thirds, animations, etc. We can do all of this stuff. And with Talking Photos, remember, you can have children in there. That's not a problem. You can have kids in there, kids avatars, because that's one of the things that pops up. Can you make children? Yes, you can. You can, as long as you make sure. And also, when you're making the prompt, have things like studio background and having a nice clean background. That will just allow it for a nice clearer background. And especially when you're doing movements and stuff, you don't want nothing really causing issues like that. Okay. So can everyone see that? So these videos we will walk through, but we'll let that process. Let me show you some other examples. Okay, so here was one. This was the lady that we made. So male or female, we can do same process. We can go and we can make. Here's. I guess that's adult check. Okay. And this was actually, yes, these are actually good ones because I use different backgrounds. Okay, use the background removal tool, so I can put any background that I want. And you got some obviously more videos. That's how a green screen would look. So green screen will be really important because when you go to remove it, you can see you can keep changing the background. Okay. So yes, you can change the background just by simply, if you had a simple background like that, add it in the prompt. And then when you went to replace background, let's have a look. Find the one with the green screen. Let's see, where is it gone? Even blue. There's really nice ones. Here we go. Okay, so that's the background color. I guess, can you change it? Here, will it show? Okay, that's the background color. And then you've got upload your background. Let's have a look. Got any background files? Oh, why is that empty? Yes. Okay. Let's have a look. Same process. And output resolution, it will allow you to do HD quality. Okay. So just a quick recap. Okay. So when you're creating your very first talking video, simply come to the section here, create a video, decide which one you want. Do you want to create a human video, a 2D or 3D cartoon video? Okay, like so. Or an animal video, or just a simple and dancing videos. You can't really speak. There won't be no speech. You just be simply dancing. So once you dictate which one you want, it's essentially the same process for all of them. Choose a character, and just first decide on the aspect ratio and the device. Ideally, you're creating it for the dimensions, 16 by 9 or 9 by 16. Create a new character, and then you're simply putting the information. You could do face swap on this as well. Okay, then you'll generate the character, choose the motion, like so. Let me show you. Okay, so for these ones, you can see some of the motions, like how it would appear. Fingers crossed. She's got both open palms, saying like what's going on. This one, she's excited and she's waving. Got thumbs up. So there's a whole library of these different gestures, okay, and these actions and animations. So here we got alternate hand waving. Okay. So this will build, people have built stories and videos from this, and all these different animations will tie into, your creation. Okay. And check this out. Okay. Move the green background and it's replaced it with your own background. Okay. So just imagine with the green screen, the ability of doing that, you can actually give it to the client and let them do what they need to do. If they want to change it or they provide X, Y, and Z, then that's something we can go ahead and do. Um, now what I'm going to do, let's go to HumanPal, okay? So is everybody clear? Does that make sense? How you can really easily create those, okay? And remember, with things like ChatGPT, we can go in and create scripts specific for the need. So it's just imagine, okay, let's do another quick example, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I need to create a short 30-second script for a plumber promoting his business in a short video for his business. He specializes in fixing bathroom taps. Okay. Drip, drip, drip. Isn't it annoying? Hi, I'm your local bathroom tap specialist. Whether it's a leak, a stubborn handle, or a tap that just won't behave, I've got you covered. Fast, reliable, and affordable tap repairs right when you need them. Stop wasting water and your patience. Call me today and let's fix that tap. Okay. Right. So, can you see how simple that is? Where there's no difficulty in this. We don't need to be a copywriter. I mean, we could go do research, see what others are doing, but it's very easily. We could take this script, come back into Talking Photos, and use it as is. Okay. Now, once we go through that process, everyone's saying yes, they understand. Okay, great. HumanPal. So, how can this also benefit you? So, every app that we've looked at, obviously, we've looked at Talking Photos. Okay, how we can create these characters and spokespeople for our business. As you can see, it's the same process. I can create one. So, with this one, before I move off this, so I created 3 videos: part 1, part 2, part 3. Each one essentially, I'm introducing it. Let's just say I'm the business owner. Then it goes to the copywriter here. That's the lady. And then this gentleman's the editor. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a video that you saw on the sale on our website, for example, and I'm getting my staff involved. Does that make sense? So each person had their respective roles in the sales video. And that's something you can do also. So each one you could create. It can either be realistic, or you could face swap with the individual, or you could have your own face. It could be faceless videos. Now, just imagine this content doesn't have to be for businesses. You could create your own content, your own training. It could be just generic content for YouTube, social media, educational, funny, entertainment, serious, sad, angry, anything you can think of. It is covered. Okay. So, even videos, you got to think about when you're creating videos, even with the background now. Some may think, yeah, but I want to create review videos. Now, there's nothing stopping you from doing an introduction video like this, okay? And in some of the videos, you can place essentially the subject, okay, with the green screen in the back. And then you could use other apps that we'll look at, like VideoExpress, and you can place the product in the back. Or let me show you one more thing, okay? So this would actually be a good segue into HumanPal. Now, HumanPal, again, let me just actually bring it up. It will allow you to do more than just talking heads, okay? And what I mean by that, I think there's been so many updates as well with this. I'm going to show you right now. So HumanPal, why it will make things a lot easier, especially if someone wanted to create a review video. Not only can you do box text with the speaker, but you can have mock-ups. You can have those review videos in your essentially. So just imagine if you're creating an introduction with one app, and then you create the review section with a talking video with HumanPal, okay, with the text. You could easily then go into another app, which I'll show you as an example, VideoExpress, and we can bring all of those clips together and we can create one powerful video with all the animations and bring everything together. It's like another Camtasia, it's another, another type of video editing software that you could actually go far beyond, and you can make those full, those full post-production edits. Okay, so you've got all these great clips. How do you put this all together? So my objective is to show you how you could do it, but without the difficulty, because nobody wants technical stuff. And I know it's just a pain, isn't it, trying to do this stuff. So I'm hoping if I show you these apps and how we can put this stuff together, it's going to be, it's designed to be as easy as possible without making things over complicated. So it doesn't matter on your level of service. Okay, so that's the key thing. So let me actually show you some of the things that HumanPal will offer you, especially if you've got access to it already anyway. So it's got all of these different style box text, okay? And if you just hover across, you'll see how it's going to appear if you were to use it. You got mockups. Remember the virtual studio sets that we saw in Fiverr where people were charging like $20, $50, and $100? Well, he's in the newsroom. It's got all of that stuff. So let's go have a look. Okay, let's go next. And when you click it, you'll see there are even different versions of those templates. Now imagine, imagine you were doing this for clients, right? Just in Fiverr. These will essentially be your portfolio. You could create little demo videos of each one and showing this is what I can do for you. Okay. And if we scroll down, let's have a look at another one. Here, look, mock-ups. I mean, these are brilliant as well. Laptop mock-ups, you can put your media on there specifically with the talking face, if you want to do the review videos. Just look at the level that of input, and I mean, it's so comprehensive. So look, website promotion, somebody said if I want to promote a website or promote a product, you can do all of that stuff, and there's only 8 steps anyway, so everything is designed to be as easy as possible that you can follow through. Full body spokesperson, so remember, it's just not about faces. This has now gone to a level where you got real animations of people walking around, talking, everything. Look, another newsroom here. We've got art gallery. These are real, full length people with animations, actual real movements. Okay, and remember with ChatGPT, all the scripts, everything that you need are there. And here we have some more different levels here. And these ones, I mean, these, just to keep someone engaged, typography, these are really, really powerful. And if you click one, just go to next, and you'll see they will have even more templates. So each one will even have more templates. Look, if I go billboards, you'll see just the different levels. If you want it in the tube, the train, on the highway, in city blocks. Very powerful indeed. Even though I say it's powerful, but just think about it. Look, we've got a doctor there. This could be a doctor, etc., etc. If I click it, let's go have a look. There'll be different versions of it. Okay, scroll down again. Let's see what else we got. Another fixed top angle. You see, everything has been really thought about. So slideshows. This is, again, if you were to do this manually and go pay someone to do it, it would cost a lot of money. Okay. Now for this example, let's see. So we've got a simple one there. Green screen, again, that's another great one. If you want to give it to a client, green screen, change those backgrounds. You can take this across, use things like VideoExpress and make those edits. Now, in this example, let's go ahead. Let's have a look. What can we do? Obviously, we can do so much, but what can we do right now that would, I like this one. Okay, so just imagine, well, they actually both look really, really nice. Let's go for this one. So if I come in this one now, and let's say, let's go for the one with the glow, okay? I'm on step number 2. If I go next, so I will try to slow down if I'm going a little bit fast. But yes, some key things I want to mention is that there are brand new additions to this, especially you'll see it will be new characters, and why they're new and why they're even more superior, because they're actually full length and they will be movements. So let me show you. Okay, this is how they will appear. You'll see this. Okay, full movement and speaking as well. I'll give some idea, right? You see here, Amanda. So it gives you that more realistic feel now, even further with these full length shots, okay? And you see this gentleman here, Arthur, he'll be walking. So, with the green screen, you can change the background, you make those additions. You've got, different occupation, jobs, formal, informal with glasses, um, you know, different, clothing, business, construction, scrubs, doctors. I mean, there's so many here. Health, fitness, doctors, fitness. Tom, look, you've even got children again. This could tie into the theme of children's storybooks. Okay, got Tom here. Is it Tom? Tom Walter. So we've got Tom here. Where's Tom? Okay. So what we'll do, and we got portrait one. We got this gentleman here. So I'll select him. Okay. I don't know why. Let's just go for him. Okay. Now look, very similar to the other process, but you got all these different languages, and not only have you got these languages, it'll actually then translate it into the respective language. So for this example, let's just go here. I know he's not a plumber, but I'm just going to show you how it would appear if we were doing this for the plumber. Oh, where's he gone? There you go. I put my script here. Hey, I'm Jim. Let's call him Jim. Delete. Okay, drip, drip, drip. And next. Oh, you can import audio. Obviously, you could change the lip sync movements. Let's put them into medium. We could listen to the different voices and see which one resonates with us. Okay. Pitch, as you would imagine, speed, volume, background music. You can add background music as as an overlay. But the good thing is that you don't need to make it overbearing. You can adjust the volume. So you've got all these royalty-free tracks, everything they can use or select from a library. Okay. So once I've done that, simply select. Oh, another key thing is that if you do change the language, you can do auto translate. Okay, if you pasted something in there, but it will translate it into any other language that you have here. Now I go to select next. And this is what it's going to appear like. Okay, this is my text, and now it will create different slides for that text, and I can make any changes if I want, but I'm going to go next. Choose color, because this is how it's going to appear. For this one, let's go for color. Let's go for something just I guess green as it's an example. You can put your logo there and even change the pointer. Okay, pointer type. We'll just So as it's typewriting, should we change it? Now we'll leave it as is because I think that was fine. Next. And there we go. Look, it's generated all of these slides for us now as part of our clip. Okay, our presentation. Now the good thing is that with this, just imagine when you do render it, we can use other party apps and we can make more additions, but we can use it as is. If I want at any time, if I want to kind of change things around, I can edit, I can change the position of the avatar. If I want my own custom avatar, if I built one, you can see, you can have you can upload your own face on it. Essentially, you can change that. You can change the background. With the background, with this, you can actually search. There are royalty images. You can put different images or videos, and then you can overlay it. So there's so much functionality with this. The key thing is here is that it will save you time for either your own projects or for the purposes of a client, of you wasting time going along online, spending money to find pictures. You would have to do manually saving it, download and upload it. You can do all of that from within the platform. Okay. Now with this one, another key thing is that if you want, you can actually swap scenes. So very quickly, you can see I can swap it. If I want, once I select it, you can see we can move things around. Or maybe I want to add one more. You can see there's some more scenes. If I want to add one more, I can just select the plus and then add more if I need to, like a intro, outro, etc., etc. Once I've done that, very simply, you just go next and then just say demo test here. Okay. And resolution 720 or 1080p, so it give you the HD. For this, I'm just going to go read the conditions. Obviously, don't want to abuse it, and that's it. And this is one I made earlier on for agency video. Play it, and remember the color. We can change it. We can change the background color so the text pops even more. And just watch the avatar, how he's moving as well, and he's animated. Just not boring or static. Okay, that's it. So sometimes when you download them, if anyone ever has like file size and they want to kind of shorten or compress them, there's apps out there you can Google them, or there's even there'll be loads on Google. But Handbrake is something that you can use. So it's called Handbrake. Weirdly, the icon's got a little pineapple and a little cup for some reason, but we'll let that load up anyway. Go through it. But let me see my videos. What am I? Yeah. Oh, okay. These are on there now. But key things, yes, tutorials. Make sure you go check out the tutorials. It just makes life so much easier. But a lot of this stuff you've seen, there's 8 parts to this. Very simple, very straightforward. It just depends on the idea. But remember, from the point of creating faceless videos, those talking photos or presentations and mock-ups, etc., it's all there for you. And they do actually have, there's a generator here. So let's just do this quickly. If I just look for a male, let's go for child, just generate. There will be a list of different images. So remember, if you want to create an image, or if you want to use a child's picture or photo on your subject, simply you would first start here, select it. If you're making kid storybook or adult book, like if I go to an adult, or let's go elderly, just search. Say I want to put Terry. He's the plumber, isn't he? So yeah, he looks like a very intelligent guy, knows what he's doing with plumbing. And once I've done that, it saved it to the gallery. So this is a key thing. If you want to use a subject, make sure you first select the photo and save it. Okay. Then it will be made available to you. So anytime, if I want to come back here and I want to edit, I believe, let's go ahead. If I went to next, let's go next. Create the video. Just going to render all of this. Not render it, but get to the finishing scene. It's going to do it. So I'm going to show you a really fast process. You can make one version, second version, third version, etc. So here we have, okay, here's our gentleman here. Custom, this is important, custom HumanPal, because we got Terry, remember? Terry we had. Simply select. And what we hope to see is Terry will become our plumber in a suit. Okay. And it will take okay, so it's taking his facial features. But ideally, let's see. Can we make Terry a woman? I don't know. Because obviously he started with a male. So it might be a tricky one. Oh, there you go. You can see yeah. So it'll take the facial features to put on there. So it's a bit, I guess, so I guess Terry identifies as Jerry, etc. So, um, so So yeah, it's definitely so yeah. Just make sure you got your image clear and it's done. So can everybody? So I hope. Let me actually leave this page. Can you see the power and possibilities of this? And just remember, when we went into things like Fiverr and stuff, people were charging for this stuff. Okay, just for news reading. Let's newsreader, right? Newsreader. Let's have a look. I'm just curious again. Okay, so virtual. Oh, so look, I will read your script as breaking news. So somebody here, this lady here is charging up to $85 for 350 words. Remember, any news article and stuff, you can come to ChatGPT and you can just say, look, create me a script. So newsreader, come to the virtual set. If you're charging like 85 big chunks. But remember, if I go down here, I can do the full spokesperson. So forget her limited one. We can take this even better now. Check this out. We can even go futuristic preview. Check this out. We can do what she can't by even using our client's face if they want, or we can create something custom ourselves. So just to confirm, is everybody with me so far? And I'm going to move on now. swiftly to VideoExpress, because the last thing I want to do, I know sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. There's so many apps that we've gone through, but I just want to show you some of the key functions and features and how we would use them if we were using this for the first time. And the great thing is that a lot of this stuff is really simple. You just have to spend a couple of minutes just going through it and going through the steps. Okay, but it has been designed to be as easy as possible. Okay, so we go yes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let's go over to VideoExpress. Okay, so VideoExpress, let me see. Have I got it up? Yes, VideoExpress. I would say when it comes to video editing, I have tried many things. Okay, and there's so many features in there. I mean, where would you start? Meaning, it's a good thing. Okay, so we can create from a prompt, same process. We can create anything from a prompt. Remember, we've got landscape or vertical. And then we've got things like we can have different types, whether it's human, 2D, 3D, photorealistic, etc., etc. Image to video. So you can take an image and create it into a video. You can create a human talking video. Okay. Take the image, upload it, etc., etc. In painting. So powerful feature where we can take something like an image and we can make edits to the image, maybe hair, nose, facial construction, or anything to do it. Out painting, if you want to like kind of change things outside the image, or maybe there's like a light bulb or some kind of plant pot or something like that you want to remove, or object removal, we can remove things from the scene. Special effects. Okay, so it's a very powerful way of making these huge numerous different actions by using all the functions, by simply just obviously when you have your creation. So I'm not going to go too deep into that because there's so much and I think we'll be here for hours. But you can actually create, obviously that's all with the AI. But for the purpose of today, so I'm going to try to show it in such a simple way. Like if I get my video now, just imagine if I created a video with either TalkingPhotos or HumanBot, and I had that file. Now, once I got that file, let me go to my media library. Let me see if I've got anything here. So, okay, remember in my TalkingPhotos video, my agency video, check this out. Remember this? I took that, I've downloaded it, and I brought it across. Okay, once I have this video, I simply drag it. Okay, that's it. That's all I did, is I simply drag it. Let me close this now. Now I have it. This is my video. Okay. Oh, let me put that there. So everyone can see my video now. Okay. So if I go, let's play it. Oh, let me undo it because I've been. Oh, where's it gone? Media library, video. Okay, fine. Put on the right timeline. Okay. Oh, there you go. So that's our video right there. So if I was doing this for the very first time, and you'll see, look, there's where's it gone? There's the lady, she does come in the scene somewhere, you can see her. And there's the other gentleman. Now, as a professional, if I was doing this for the very first time, remember the lower thirds. This guy's charging like $5, $10, and $100 and all of this stuff. Forget all of that stuff. Now, if I want to make because I used to do this a lot. If I want to make my videos professional, what would I do? I would simply come to filters. I can add titles. I can do cropping and all of this stuff. But my main thing right now is text animation. And check this out. Look, we got intros. Okay. Outros. Text animations we can do. Okay. And this is what they're charging over there on Fiverr for. So this gives you an idea that these are services you can offer and you've got all the tools there. Now, for this to keep it really, really simple, if I wanted to do a lower third is just essentially what you're going to see on the screen here. Once I select which one I want, I went next. Now it's going to walk me through step 2 or 3. So I can preview this, how it would appear. You see that? Now, I don't need to worry about the coding, how it's going to appear, how it's going to come into the scene, how it's going to leave the scene, all of that stuff. I don't need to worry about that. All I need to do in here is select my name. So let's just put John Doe. Obviously, it's me, but let's just call him John Doe. I can make changes to the color, okay? Or if my client gives me a specific color palette, branding colors, I can add that in there. And then the text, I can put VideoExpress demo. and I can change the background color. Let's just change it. Okay, show you demonstration, and next. And now we have it all updated. Okay, John Doe Video Express. And then it says you can drag this animation move to the timeline, right? Or I'm just going to select add to the timeline. Now, what you'll probably notice if I just simply close that, the lower third has now come to the end. I don't want it there because I need it on my video. So what's the next step? Now, what I can do, I can just simply move this down because look, there's two here. Okay, there's timeline. So once I've got this timeline, look, you can add track or you can remove tracks, but we've got two tracks anyway, okay? I simply now bring it across. Now it's in line with the start. Now I can actually make this shorter or longer depending, okay? But I'm going to keep it just there subtly. Now when I play it, there we go. Okay, now when I play it, one thing you'll notice, but it's too high. What do? I simply right click, I resize and move, and I can reposition anywhere on the page. It's as simple as that. I want to put it down to the left, make it clean and professional, and that's it. If I want, I can go back to edit if I don't like the color, and I can make it a fierce, strong blue. Okay, choose, set up. Okay, save, yeah, close that, and save. There you go. Now, did everybody see how easy that was? And if you don't like it, you can delete it. Okay. Same process. I find my other character, my subject, because that's her introduction. I just find specifically on the timeline. Here you can see on my timeline, I can find where does it start. Just simply scrolling across, and there we go. Okay, that's where she starts, and that's where I would need my text animation. And I can put another lower third, and let's call her Grace Walker. Let's put her in pink, and next timeline. Now you can see the lower third is here because my cursor or my identify is there. I just move it because that's where exactly I know. And you can see, look, when I drop it, it's like magnetic. It's going to where the pointer is. Once I've done it, I play, and then we have Grace Walker. Yeah, I need to edit. Let's make sure we put a nice orangey color for her, and let's go for save. Okay, and one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to resize and move. So you can actually resize this if you want. You can make it smaller or bigger. Completely up to you. So I'll just mention that. And there we go. Okay. And now we have two snaps. Now, another key thing, if I want to make highly engaging videos with what we call pattern interrupt, okay, you don't have to do this, but it works really well. Now, what I can do, if I want, look, You have to keep the you have to keep the attention engaged of the viewer, and this is something you could relate to the client, like, I wanna make your videos engaging, et cetera. Now, when my lower third comes off, look here, you can put this anywhere, it doesn't matter. What I do, I highlight these at the timeline, and I cut. It doesn't mean that it's gonna cut the video, like, and it's gonna ruin it, but look, it's a seamless transition. Why have I done that? Okay, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So I'm gonna just probably do a couple of seconds, and I'm gonna cut it again. Now look, this little piece, it's separate now. I can do whatever I want with it. But the reason I've done that is if I go back to, let's go to filters. I want to go to something called camera pan. Okay, I drag it. So these ones we simply drag down to that segment, and to see that, that was it. Nothing happened. So what I do now, I set up. And what I want to do is I want to see, I can adjust it what I want. The reason I'm doing that, I want to zoom in just to the face. So as you get more familiar with it, you understand these are really powerful little edits that you can do in your production that can actually make a dramatic difference to the rate of people, how engaged they are with your videos. Okay, really, really important. So there's so many features that you could go through and just learn these little things and make these additions. Now check this out. So we start off here, and it'll zoom in, and then it'll zoom back out. And we can do that. We can make different items. Look, if we want, we can go here. We can put a little. We don't do that. Let's go. Let's go. We could do transition in and out. Actually, yeah, we could do to left to the right. So what that means is, look, so the way things start, the way things in and out. Let's just say swipe left to the right. So save it. Okay. And then it goes back. Okay. So really, really important little points. And what we can do, because now we've got the lady there as well. There's nothing wrong with us then just doing her as well. So we just make sure we highlight the section, cut a little snippet. Then it goes to the mail, doesn't it? We'll cut that there. And, things like zoom in, I guess we'll try something a bit different. Zoom in. We know that's for the guy, but we'll go too close and save it. And check that out. Look at the difference it makes, right? So here you can see, look, how it works. Okay. And then let's see, tile. So this here, edit. And you can, add text to it if you want on the screen. So just imagine if we put green text there. Let me actually show you what I mean. So contact us now. Okay. Contact us now. And look, you can do, obviously you can make all these changes. You can put whatever you want. I mean, you could be here for days. I mean, you've got so much flexibility, isn't it? That's the key thing. That you've got all the bells and whistles. And then you save it. There you go. Okay. So it doesn't need to be long. You could just have it as a call to action if you wanted to. Okay. So you can create. This is from talking photos, but you can actually create characters within this app as well. But I got a full video, didn't I? Created and I moved it across. So another good thing is that, look, even with these animations, if you have intros, outros, where's it going? Text animations. If I wanted like that call to action, then that's something I can add. So this one here. Get access now. The typical stuff you'll see next. And there we go. Okay. Now, what I can do, this is really important. Here where it says add track below or above, I can say add above. And can you see there's a new row. So I can start layering my animations. Okay. Can you see that? And we can do that. We can keep, if we really want to build out our video and make it comprehensive, that's all you have to do. You can see, you can have it depending on the placement. You can see here we have our animation now. Look at that. How cool does that look? And we can resize if we want. Let's just say we can have it down here instead, maybe a little bit bigger. Save it, and there you go. Check that out. And where contact us now, you can have your telephone number, etc., 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 etc. So yeah, you can remember you can put your brand logo even just by going to things like text animation. Let's go text animation, stuff like this. And even just you could just import the media and put it in directly as a file. But when you're generating things where they're talking photos, HumanPal, it will be part of your clip, or you can just come here and upload that media directly. Okay. Yes. So the question is, it's a really good question. You can actually build videos if you want using AI. So you could actually create from a prompt. You can use image to videos. But here, what we've done, we've taken a video directly from Talking Photos and what we call post video production. So in order for me to further enhance it, put lower thirds, put animations, VideoExpress will also allow you to do that if you want to take it even further with projects, such as, you know, you do removal backgrounds if you want to do any in painting. I mean, there's so many. I mean, there's so much in here. You could probably get a whole day's worth of explaining going through the green screen. So everything a video editor would have, this is essentially what it does, and so much more. So you could go look at alternatives and see how, you know, what they do, and especially pricing. It will be quite a steep amount. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to be smart, that we can have a look at all the other apps that you may have access to and see how they can work with one another and how you can use them yourselves. Okay, because many of you, as you know, you probably have access to loads of them. So once it's done, you'll see you'll simply go ahead and save. You can keep it saved like demo 1. Okay, and then you go ahead and export. Okay, once you export, let's just call it demo 1x. You can have different qualities: high, medium, and low. Let's keep it high. Full HD, MP4. You can see there's different formats. If you just want the audio for it, fine. So, you know, everything's really been thought about depending on the device or the format that you need, or maybe your client needs, and then you simply select create. Once it's done, you'll see it will be in a queue. It's getting ready for processed. Obviously, we've saved it, and that's it. You can start from new, and you can go back to your next project. Now, for this here, you can see once it's done, it will appear in your My Video section. And let me go to the media library and kind of see what else we have. So here are other things that I've worked on before, just to give you an idea. So we had this, you know, young little kid from Artistly, and we had him animated. Okay, so I could bring pictures in if I wanted to, any graphic, whatever it is, and we could get AI in here to get those animated. And you'll see there's another one here, this gentleman like so. Okay, and there's just something else that's been created. And another thing is what I find really interesting, and I think you would love. Then we could, in concept, download any video into video. Yes, you can. You can upload any video and do that. Yes, 100%. Public gallery. This is another great place to give you inspiration. And check this out. You can also do searches, but this is stuff that you can come and you can see, you know, in the public gallery what's going on, what is available, because this will also give you ideas that you probably even thought of. Okay, so as you go, you can see what's going on. Not only can you see what's going on, you can actually access and you can view the content. Okay, and there's nothing stopping you then going to download or details, and you could redesign. Does that make sense, everyone? So you can actually redesign and use yourself. So this will give you further inspiration, maybe niches and categories that you weren't aware of. But I would definitely would advise, you know, if you do want to have a little bit more information, because what I've shown you, just a snippet, is just scratching the surface, just to show you. So my intention was just to show you something more streamlined, very quick, that you could do right now in order for clients. But when you actually go through the complete breakdown, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about the real capabilities of what it can do. And just look, we've got in painting. You can obviously remove objects, add objects, directional brushes. You can change the background. You can have, I mean, there's so much. So just imagine, from the point of view, these could be things that you could do for the client as terms of upsells and upgrades, and things that you could include in your packages, etc., etc. Subtitles, captions. So it's very flexible, and it is very, very powerful indeed. So just remember, even click sites. Obviously, I built a nice site based on that. That can help you to create your portfolio if that's something you want to consider. And remember, with these apps, it does give the option of multilingual capabilities. So your videos don't just need to be in English. You can cater for clients and customers, or even your own content for all around the world on a global market. Even ClickSites has that ability of translating the sites into different languages. So yeah, I know there is a lot. Hopefully I've tried to keep that really concise and give that flexibility of how you can use this yourself. It doesn't matter what age range. You can use this for children, different motions, different animations. We've looked at how you can find clients, whether you can Google, Craigslist, and there's many more. You can find alternatives. We've looked at even places such as Fiverr as one place. There's so many other marketplaces, just to give you an idea that these services are real. People are charging a lot of money for them, but these apps themselves show you how easy it is to do it from, a couple of clicks of the mouse, which hopefully I've demonstrated to you today, and hopefully you're excited by it if you haven't already. I know some people are saying that, so I'm just trying to give you as much great content as I can, and remember, we are working with we're trying to be strict with time, not to go over where it's easily to manage. So let me know, has everybody enjoyed this session today? Are you now excited? Do you think you have a hope? I hope you do by now. How powerful these tools are, whether it's Talking Photos, HumanPal, or VideoExpress. If you want more information about any of these apps, I'm pretty sure the team can put the links in the description at your own discretion if that's something you want to go and explore. If you haven't got access to them already, if you want to go have a look, and if it's for you, then yeah, definitely, get access to them in the groups. A lot of stuff gets shared about how they get used and strategies and things like that. And then obviously we'll have more amazing sessions like we're having today. Obviously it sounds biased, but yeah. Now we will have a quick look at some questions. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll definitely have a quick look at those questions. But yeah, today I think we've definitely covered quite a lot. And I know sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. I do understand. Remember, if it's your first time with any of these apps or any kind of apps when it comes to AI, yes, sometimes everybody is at a different level of experience, and sometimes it can take time getting used to those apps, and it's about the prompt, and it's just about being patient. Like personally, when I first got into any level of marketing, getting back into digital marketing, there were times, I cannot tell you the amount of times I had to walk away from the computer due to frustration, right? And I've been where many of you have been, and I understand. I see, you see discussions where people, sometimes it can be frustrating. You're trying and you just get overwhelmed. But I promise you, this is part of the journey. Sometimes you have to step away from the computer, go away for an hour or two, go have a coffee, go have a shower, come back the next day. It doesn't matter. And then what will happen? You'll realize that, oh, it was really easy. Or you come back and you attack it again, and then you're like, oh, okay. So you will overcome these obstacles and these challenges. I've been there. Trust me when I say that. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. It might be overwhelming at the start, but I promise you, you'll be the person that is then teaching other people what you've learned, and you'll be like, oh wow, okay. Other people will come towards you for help. So let's have a quick look. So remember, another key thing is that there are always updates that are happening, even with templates and brand new features and function and voices. The library is always getting updated, and any of these things, if you have any specific requirements about voices or templates or anything that you think can definitely help, or you would like more of in terms of features, each respective app will have a roadmap where you can actually give your feedback that, hey, you know what, I love this app, but I really would love this addition or this feature in the app, and put it on the roadmap. Okay, reach out to any one of us and we'll give you the link to a particular roadmap of the particular link of the particular app in question, and put whatever features that you want. Don't shy away from putting it on the roadmap. The reason being, if nobody says anything, then sometimes we don't know. Yes, the team goes ahead and make sure they try to put as much as they can, but sometimes it's about your feedback. That's what helps us or the team to improve the apps. And you've probably seen this with other apps as well. All the apps, they are continuously getting updated. So, the team, Paul and Sid are not people to shy away from making improvements and develop these apps. Okay. So that's the key thing we want to make sure. Okay. So can you create a video wall in the VideoExpress? To be honest, I don't see it being a problem. Why I say that is that when you add a track above or below, okay, let me add another track, Oh, let me go here. So you can keep stacking them, isn't it? Okay. And then what you would do, you would just resize. And I guess that's not really a good example, this little guy. But if actually, you know what? Let me remove this. So video wall, for anyone wondering, let me show you what that would look like. So if I came here, let's just say let's go to this one here. This is a really good one. And I just simply resize. And there you go. So that could be your video wall, right? If I'm right in saying there, Reed. And then you would apply all the other videos. So you could have so many different videos playing all the same in your scene. Okay, just do this one here. As an example, let's have a look. Resize. So, you know, when you start playing, when you start like really using these apps, okay, you'll start experiencing, and you know, it's just about creativity. And there you go. And check this out. Can you see them both moving now? Okay. And let's go for another one here. Let's go for this gentleman here. I go to resize. Just add it there. As you can see, look, all of them will be playing. Okay. So just imagine you can create one character, one animation, one toon character, 2D, 3D, human. You could have a mix depending on the storyboard and having that backdrop there, and then one, and then you could essentially put a layer on the top, put opacity up, and then you could have a spokesperson on the front. So yeah, so Tom's saying he can't see a link with HumanPal, so I'm pretty sure if the team can kindly, if you just monitor the, if you could kindly just pass, I guess, the link to Tom. So yeah, app releases or updates, you will be notified. I can't say too much, but as you know, if you're in the group, you know the announcements come straight away, and that will be mentioned. So yes, Artistly, there is a link, I'm pretty sure. Please reach out. The team will put a link to Artistly. If you're interested, you can just simply go over to artistly.ai and check it out, as well with all the other respective links like talkingphotos.ai/. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid, you know, going through it because that's the last thing. It's not a sales call or anything like this. Just want to give pure value on this. So you know, at your own discretion, you can have a look at that. So once you're in, just make sure you always, whoever has access, as you already know, if you haven't already, make sure you just join the inner circle and the groups, because they are a great place to be. We're just trying to make sure, you know, everyone's engaged. Is a great, you know, thriving community with content. So 100%. And everything that I've spoke about today, in terms of all the apps and the functionalities, there are tutorials for each and every single app that you can find. Just simply find tutorials here. Let's go on Talking Photos. You've got tutorials here, and you'll have that as well with VideoExpress and HumanPal, etc., etc. Okay. Yes, tutorials. Yeah, 1, 2. And you'll also have it here. Look, tutorials. Okay, so everything's covered tutorials, so you never get stuck, and you are there. So I'll put the link on the screen for the inner circle or the Facebook group, ponder.com/Facebook. So this is a really good question. Sometimes any AI, doesn't matter what you're on. So any AI, sometimes when it comes to the prompt, you may have to redo the prompt. It just sometimes that's just how it works. But a lot of the AI is, you know, it's continuous getting updated with algorithms and things like that. So just remember, the key is always the prompt. Okay, the information that you're feeding into specifics. If any point you ever get stuck, look, what's stopping you? Anyone, go ChatGPT and enhance the prompt. Okay, you don't have to. Obviously, the apps, they do have that ability, but just treat ChatGPT like an assistant. It can actually help you, okay, and guide you. Yep, there is, especially with the apps, there are copyright free music tracks. Talking Photos has it as well that you can use. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. So there is an Artistly Facebook group that will be in the link that you can cover. So, okay, everyone. So we shall now conclude for today. Hopefully, everyone has enjoyed today's session. I really do hope you've taken value from this. So whether you're watching this now or the replay, you know, your chance now is to go ahead, become masters in your field. And with this training, just create videos. Do not get scared. Create these videos, and you can literally create a batch of videos and get them out there, believe it or not, on the internet. And, you know, by being smart, doing the research, you can simply, like I mentioned, you can go on to things like YouTube. You can find out, look, 19 million views for a video like this. It doesn't have to be 50 minutes long. There's so many other videos you could remodel or recreate for any category or niche. And this is a great way of using AI videos to go viral, okay? So these videos and what we looked at, they will allow you to create these engaging reels and stories and sales videos, talking sales videos, video sales letters, and even when it comes to stuff like this. Look, okay, so let me show one more thing before I go. Okay, so when you're coming here, stuff like this, it'll give you ideas for thumbnails. Okay, you can use with Artistly, but say, look, can you generate me 10 generate me 10 YouTube tags for the video. Okay, this could be for your own and for the client. So check this out. It's giving me the hashtags, okay, the tags that I need for it. Okay, tags, and make those hashtags. So I'll cover this just before we go. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so everything gets covered here. There's nothing we don't have. Okay, so look, how can I best find my first high paying client using Google for free? Okay, we've covered this, but I'm just showing you that if you really want to structure or like a step by step checklist, money intent, etc., and it'll guide you through how to do how to come up with the search, how to target businesses with bad or outdated websites, or in need of video marketing services, and then using Google Maps like we did, similar to news and trends, find, etc. I mean, some of this stuff, it just takes a little bit of elbow grease, but I promise you, once you do it, it will be very profitable. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, remember, anything that you want, please kindly put them on the roadmap, especially if there's any more addition features. Maybe you want more templates, maybe you want more colors, maybe you want more variations of subtitles, or anything that may pop up. Then please do not hesitate to put that there. Okay. So if you are somebody that is looking to promote, remember, in the resource document, it will come out again. There will be a link where you can become an affiliate, and it will give you instructions how you can do that. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. So the boy in this, let's have a look. So this boy was created in Artistly, and I brought it over to VideoExpress, and I used AI to create the image to video. Okay. So that will also allow you to do that within VideoExpress. So you can't. There's so many tools with VideoExpress. It does have that AI capability of doing quite a lot. So definitely check out the sales page. I'll give you a breakdown anyway. Okay. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, yeah. Check out the sales page. It will show you. From here, I took it from the media library. Where's it gone? Media library. I did have the little chat here somewhere. Or my images. Sorry, you see, there's so many. There's a whole library. You could just go in there, and if I go back to my media, let's say my AI images. Yeah, the little boy here, I had going from Artistly, and then I went into Create AI, and I edited it there. So okay, so apart from that, everybody, thank you very much, and until next week. Make sure, don't be shy, come in the group, show us what you're working on, and please, please, please share what you're working on, and it will inspire so many others. Just come, get engaged, have fun, and let's help one another get up the ladder. Okay. So apart from that, everybody, remember, Artistly 5.0 will be released this month, and VideoExpress 2.0. So stay tuned for announcements. They will come in the group. And it's going to be a very exciting month. So thank you, every single one of you attending. Really appreciate all of you. And until next week, goodbye. Okay. Take care, everyone.